Hello everybody, it is Nicole from iiKiui, and today I'll be showing you how to draw a turkey. The first step is to draw the base. Make sure you draw lightly so you can erase it later. First, draw a circle for the head. Underneath, draw a long oval connected to the head. Add a large circle behind the head, and this is the body. When you get to the bottom of the page, make sure you flatten the bottom since we're trying to draw a turkey that is sitting. Then, add 2 circles inside the big circle. This is a guide for the feathers that we'll be drawing later. Then, on each side of the body, draw a diagonal line. Connect them with a half circle. This is the guide for the back feathers. After finishing the base shape, the next step is to add the guidelines. For the first guideline, draw a straight line down the middle. This will help us find the middle point. Then add a dot in the middle of all the circles, which is an estimated center point. This will help with the future guidelines. Now, start adding diagonal lines across the body to section it off. You can add as many as you want or as little as you want. This just determines how many feathers are going to appear on the body. After the lines are complete, add a curved line to each point where the diagonal lines meet the circle. This is a stylized way to represent the feathers on a turkey's body. Continue adding curved lines along each circle, and what you'll notice is as you get further out, the scalloped edges will get bigger and wider. After completing the body, we are going to start adding the tail feathers. Similar to the body, find a point or use the same point and add lines going around the half circle. It's up to you for how far apart or close together you want the lines to be. Just remember, the closer together, the more feathers you'll be creating, and the farther apart, the less feathers. Similar to the body, we're going to connect the curved lines to each point to create a rounded edge on each of the tail feathers. For the final details, we will be adding 2 ovals for the eyes, an upside down triangle for the beak, and a teardrop shape for the wattles, which is the red part on a turkey. After you're happy with how the turkey is looking, make sure you erase the guidelines before continuing to color. For the coloring, I'll be using the GenCrafts Watercolor Palette with the 24 set. So for this turkey, we will be using the color brown, red, orange, and yellow. Here you can see I have 2 different colored turkeys, and today I'll be showing you how to color the more traditional colored turkey. However, it's totally up to you if you want to color your turkey like this or something completely different like a rainbow turkey. I transferred my turkey onto a piece of watercolor paper, and you can do this too, or you can sketch on watercolor paper, it's up to you. Make sure you have 2 jars of water, one for cleaning and one for painting, and a paper towel or just a rag. In order to activate the paints, I dip my brush into the clean water and apply it to the color I'm using, starting with brown. I do this several times so I have enough paint on the palette so that I can add more water to dilute it and make the color lighter. First, we are starting off with the body of the turkey, and I want to start off with a very light brown. Make sure to add enough water so it creates a light brown and apply it all over the turkey. After that layer dries completely, add another layer of paint, skipping the outer ring. This creates a slightly darker shade of brown, and we will be doing this for the next ring as well as just the head. Keep doing this until each layer on the body is a slightly different shade of brown. Since I was waiting for my paint to dry, I decided to start on the feathers. I started with red and diluted it with the water to create a light pink shade. I then painted it on every third feather, continuing the pattern across the entire tail. Next, I took orange and repeated the same steps. And lastly, I took yellow and did the same thing. After everything has dried, I took the red again and I went over only the bottom half of the tail feathers so that the top sliver stays the light color. I did this with all the tail feathers in all the colors and just kept on layering the paint so it created a good contrast between the top tail feather and the bottom. And don't forget to paint the beak and the wattles. After the painting has dried completely, the last step is to outline it. I chose some black pens to outline the entire turkey, but it's totally up to you if you want to use something else, such as colored pencils, colored pens, or even markers. Feel free to add more details in your turkey, such as fun designs in the tail feathers, or maybe some fall leaves. And that's it. I think this turkey would be really fun to create around Thanksgiving as decorations or on a card. I hope you had fun drawing and painting this turkey with me. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!